There is a missing legend in Apex, a legend that was seemingly only seasons away before disappearing, and aliens might be involved. Also, Revenant is involved, very involved. This video gets weird. But who is this missing legend that we didn't get? Well, the first mention of this legend was at the start of Season 5, during a stream where two developers and Candiru actually talked about Apex Legends. The person who did originally mention this missing legend was Tom Casiello, a writer for Apex at the time. And when asked about the explanation behind Revenant's seemingly inhuman abilities, he does stress that Revenant's abilities will tie into another legend we hadn't met yet. So we thought we were getting a legend that would give explanation to Revenant's seemingly alien abilities. Although Tom did also say there is an aspect of smoke and mirrors to Rev's abilities. And just like that, that was the last we ever heard of this missing link legend. Over 14 seasons later, and nothing. While the writer, Tom Casiello, who originally mentioned the legend, left the Apex team before Season 9 started. But luckily, with a bit of insanity and obsession, we can theorize and piece together what this legend could have been about or was about, and I feel like we've got close with what resources we have. And a great place to start is the cult. Yes, the missing link legend wasn't the only story that Tom Casiello seemingly couldn't tell. He also referenced in a tweet that he wishes he could have told the story of the cult before he left. What is the cult, you ask? Well, in the Pathfinder's Quest lore book that was released in Season 8, Revenant quickly and briefly mentions that he had a cult following him in 2560, which in the timeline of Apex Legends is between Rev getting his robot body and him appearing in Apex, and this cult is mentioned in literally a throwaway line. And the unfortunate truth is that this was a cool plot point that was meant to be expanded upon, but never was. Now, this is where I believe the missing link legends does come in, and this is where they were meant to be introduced. Now, I don't think it's a silly coincidence that Tom Casiello had two Rev-related lore points in the oven that both had to be scrapped when he left. I feel like Tom wanted to expand the cult lore and give context to Revenant's abilities and the missing link legend through the cult. And this is where we get into theory territory, so anything past this point are theories based off the information we have. Now, like I mentioned prior, it seems like this cult could have entered the lore intending to introduce one of the members or even the leader as a future legend, while expanding the lore of Revenant's abilities. This makes sense in my head and is definitely something that you can put together from the existing information we have. And tied into this theory, it seems like we may have actually seen this cult leader in Apex leaks all the way back from Season 7, which was only 2 seasons after the missing link legend was talked about for the first time, and 2 seasons before Tom, the writer, left the Apex team. Because there was a leak containing many future legends like Fuse and Valk, but there was a strange legend with an appearance that we haven't seen, and many people theorize that this will be the legend that ties into Revenant's abilities due to their appearance looking very Revenant-y, and this legend was called Pariah. Pariah definitely looks like they use abilities related to Revenant, and could even be a cult leader. Hell, the word Pariah literally means like an outcast, somebody who's rejected by society, like maybe a person in a cult. But as we know today, over the course of development between this screenshot and Season 10, Pariah was actually changed and ended up becoming Seer, as referenced in Seer's Heirloom Inspect animation. And this gives me more feeling that Pariah was the missing link legend, because when Seer released, he was a bit of a curveball, he had no lore and no links to other legends, and his story really did feel like it was hastily thrown together, and it didn't get expanded upon for a very long time. And also, when he came out, he didn't look this damn cool. I mean, can we take a moment to appreciate this? So yes, I am suggesting this cult helped Revenant gain access to his totem and weird abilities and potentially developed him for him. Still, that doesn't explain why the tech is so weird and unexplainable. Like, his totem turned you into a shadow that can disintegrate upon death and rematerialize at the totem. Respawn could have easily explained this with teleporters, but no, they chose to make you a shadow. And this is where we get onto layer 2 of the theory that honestly scares me, to be fair. And this part of the theory is more pure fun, just have a bit of fun with this. And it's to do with aliens. Now, I may seem utterly insane for suggesting that a cult can give a robot seemingly magical powers in the Titanfall universe, but hold on for a moment. Titanfall is no stranger to magical and alien powers, as in Titanfall 1, one of the many maps have structures from an ancient civilization. The thing is, these structures are not made by humans. These planets are the new frontier. Humans only arrived a few hundred years ago while having tech. They didn't need to build strange temples. They came with tech and just built settlements straight away. So there had to be a civilization before humans arrived on these planets. And to those rolling your eyes at me preaching that there are aliens in the Titanfall universe, you know the fold weapon from Titanfall 2? That was actually made by aliens, confirmed in everything. And during the course of Titanfall 2, humans are fighting over the fold weapon, like constantly, and they truly have no idea what it does. Their intention is to repair it and find out what it does, but this piece of technology is so just alien and unexplainable to them, they will happily wage war over this, while still not knowing what it does. Now, it does destroy planets pretty well, but in the deepest, darkest parts of Titanfall lore, it is suggested that the fold weapon is actually a tool aliens used to make uninhabitable planets habitable, which explains why the frontier exists, but we're getting too deep into Titanfall lore here. Also, in some Titanfall 2 maps, you can see more proof of alien civilizations, like on Relic. If you look into the distance, there is a huge grand statue carved into the sides of the mountain, and this once again wasn't done by humans. Humans on the planet Relic is set on have only managed to create a small outpost, nothing of that scale. The Titanfall aliens were definitely really advanced, and according to the wiki, there were 3 alien civilizations in the Titanfall universe. 2 were kind of primitive and only built as temples, but 1 was cool enough to pull off whatever the fuck this was. Now, you could probably see where I am trying to go with this, because there is unexplainable tech that humans can interact with in the Titanfall universe. So what if the cult formed around this and gave this tech to Revenant to give him his weird abilities? But like I said, this is like tier 2 of the theory. This is deep. This is past the cult. This is just trying to rationalize how a robot can do this. But even if that was true at one point in the Apex lore, it no longer matters. It's been so long since Tom left, and it seems he regrets planting the seed of this missing link legend in our heads, and does say in live service games, stuff can change really quick. Nothing is ever really confirmed until it happens. So the missing link legend, along with most likely the cult lore, are probably lost to time and scrapped. Especially with the recent rebirth of Revenant and everything, it's most likely all gone out the window. Also, Revenant no longer has his totem, and his abilities don't really resemble anything paranormal anymore. He just has a shield and can jump further than normal. And in the Resurrection launch trailer, which is the last time we ever saw Revenant's abilities in lore, it almost seemed like this trailer kind of retconned the existence of his abilities and just suggested they were all tech-based, because when he drops the silence, it's very clearly tech-based, suggesting it's not paranormal and is tech-based. It just seems like the story potential of Revenant's abilities being deeper than they look was retconned and totally thrown out the window when his abilities were removed from the game. And I assume this most likely happened because Tom Casiello, the writer who wanted to expand upon Revenant's abilities, left the Respawn team. Personally, I don't know if my theories were close to what the devs intended, but now we have kind of like a new frontier of Revenant lore where he does control a clone army, he has a new set of abilities, a new appearance. They've kind of left this behind. Either way, it's interesting to see what could have been, especially because it's Christmas as this is uploaded, so tell me what you think of the missing link legend, and if you think my theories are utterly insane, and also subscribe if you like stuff like this.